Hi, I'm Matthew Cavalier, and welcome back to my channel, Moments with Matthew. I want to talk a little bit today about sleep. I know it sounds a little silly, but I have been reading a lot lately on the importance of sleep. Arianna Huffington wrote a great book called Thrive that is all about the importance of sleep. And Dr. Sanjay Gupta's new book, Keep Sharp, also talks about how important sleep is to stave off early brain decline. And another great book I'm reading called Change Your Schedule, Change Your Life talks about the importance of sleep and how that fits into the circadian rhythm of our lives. And what I found was I was not getting enough sleep and I was doing harm to myself in the ways that I was sleeping. Now, I'm not talking about physical beat myself up harm. I'm talking about harm to my body and harm to my physical and mental health. So one of the things that is important to note when it comes to sleep, if you are not consistently getting a good amount of sleep at the right times, you can cause problems like obesity. Like I said, early onset dementia or Alzheimer's or brain decline. They have been linked to mood changes, depression and anxiety, and worst of all, obesity, which I may have just mentioned. See, my memory's already going. But one of the things that is important that all of the books talk about is guarding your sleep and making sure that you pay attention to the sleep that you are getting. This is so important. One of the things I read in the Change Your Schedule, Change Your Life is about the circadian rhythm, which is really covered in the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun. And one of the important things that the doctor who wrote that book talks about is how to make sure you get to sleep at the right time. He compares the idea of sleep like a train getting into the station. So if you're not on board that train and it leaves the station, then you are going to say, wow, I feel wide awake. And then you might stay up till 12, 1, 2 o'clock and then have to wake up at 6, 7, 8 o'clock to go to work. And you haven't gotten the good amounts of sleep that you are supposed to get. And consistently, that requires more caffeine, more stimulants to get you going, a longer grogginess period in the morning. So I've been trying to follow my circadian rhythms and jump on that train when it arrives. And I've been making sure I am in bed and ready for sleep by 10:30. Waking up no later than 7, and that gets me a good 8 to 8.5 hours of sleep. And it has really improved my mood. When I wake up, I'm ready to hop out of bed, although I don't really have a choice because my dogs are right there saying, get up, get up, get up. And so I am feeling better, more energized during the day. I do a little bit of calisthenics and yoga in the mornings after I've let them out, and that really helps get my heart rate going and kind of shakes off the sleep a little. But it really has affected how I feel during the day. I felt a bit happier, I have felt more energetic, and I have definitely been a lot more productive. So when you think about sleep, it's not just the fact that you're tired, it's the fact that you need to get consistent, good sleep to avoid all the other things that we talked about earlier. Both Arianna Huffington and Sanjay Gupta add to this idea of the importance of sleep that I was talking about just a moment ago, because they all say that that sleep is so important for our physical and mental health. So why don't you try getting a good night's sleep? I know it's hard to say, oh, but I just can't do it. Oh, I don't. I said the same thing. I'm like, oh, I'm a night owl. I can't go to bed early. I tell you what, I feel old, but I look forward to my 10:30 bedtime every night now. And it has really been amazing. Try it out. Give it 1 week. If it doesn't work, you can always go back to whatever you were doing, whatever your sleep schedule was before. But I guarantee if you give it a try, you're going to start guarding that sleep pretty well. Thank you for joining me on this week's Sleepy Moment with Matthew. Please do click that like button. It does help the channel. And do click the subscribe and the bell so that you're notified every time a new Moment with Matthew comes out. And I will see you next week on A Moment with Matthew.